Hello there. I really wanted to watch this video and I thought let's make a video out of it and see what's happened. Let's go.
Remember that Simpsons episode where they go on a tour of the Duff Brewery and you find out that every flavour is just the same crap piped into different containers? Well, that's basically James Gunn's DCU at this point. No matter what
No, it's
movie or
really
show you
not bad,
find
okay.
yourself watching, it's all just slightly different flavours of the same cynical, wannabe, edgy, unfunny, deconstructionist James Gunn slop. In this case, seasoned with a little bit of Damon
If it's not really all of them are the same. They are different genres, different stories. If you say they are the same, you're reviewing it in a bad faith. Sorry.
Lindelof's mildly retarded answer to True Detective, but with all of the intelligence and creativity replaced by his thinly disguised race-baiting political fetishes to produce Green Lanterns.
Well, everything coming out of Hollywood these days is political. They are retardedly political. So this series first episode wasn't really about all of that. It was about lanterns. So that's a W. It wasn't really that much of a woke slop. So it's a W. It's Hollywood. That's the shit coming out of it.
Sorry, it's just lanterns now, because green isn't cool enough for a show about intergalactic
Well, it's not really okay.
space cops with magical rings that allow them to manifest anything they can imagine, I guess.
They are cops. They should do more cop things. And they are doing cop things in the first episode. So that's another W. But okay.
Ugh. I'm so tired, man. Watching a DC project at this point is a bit like spinning a wheel of fortune to decide the method of your own demise. You know, it's ultimately
I really don't have a problem with the new direction of the DC. It's really good, actually. The only problem with that was Supergirl shouldn't been a movie that came off this year. The story was really 2008 a story. It wasn't 2026 a story, and that's the biggest problem with DC today. DC Studios new direction.
going to be messy and unpleasant, it's just a question of degrees. And having slogged through all 57 minutes of the pilot episode, I can confidently tell you this show is an absolute chore, combining the worst
You're reviewing it in a bad faith, but okay, brother, okay.
aspects of modern Hollywood character assassination with a tediously slow plot that takes forever to get moving and dialogue
I gonna be honest, I haven't read any comic of Green Lanterns. I'm not really a comic guy, but I watched all of the animations, old ones and the new ones, and all of the characters were 80% correct. Hal Jordan was acting like Hal Jordan. Jon Stewart was acting like Jon Stewart. That's all I'm gonna say. I didn't feel any character assassinations, but okay.
that literally spells out every single thing that just happened, telegraphs what's about to happen so the audience is usually 10 minutes ahead of the writers, and lays out its political allegories for modern day American immigration and race.
True. This part is completely true. Everything coming out of Hollywood these days is woke slop, but it's a different degrees. 10% woke slop, 20% woke slop, 5% woke slop, 100% woke slop, and then there is a small white. So it wasn't really that bad actually. It was like 5%, but okay.
Issues with all the subtlety of a thermobaric weapon.
Let's get this over quickly.
Consider it done, Simon Phoenix. The show picks up in 1996 with a young Jon Stewart. No, not that one. Watching Hal Jordan being interviewed on TV about how he became the Green Lantern until his dad shows up and shoots at him to see if he's scared or not.
That was really good. This part, I love this part. This part is a very good storytelling direction they went through.
Are you afraid?
No, sir.
You know, funny story, I actually tried that once with a crossbow, but it didn't work out quite so well. Wait, we should probably edit that out later. Anyway, flash forward 20 years or so, and John's now being trained by Hal as a kind of backup lantern just in case anything happens to him. Oh yeah, and Hal's a drunk middle-aged loser now who doesn't actually...
He's an old man. He's an old man Hal Jordan. He's supposed to act like old man Hal Jordan, and he was acting like old man Hal Jordan. I don't know. Okay.
teach him anything useful, because the rules of modern writing dictate that any man over the age of 50 has to be a drunk, disheveled loser. My god.
He wasn't really depicted as loser. He was depicted as just don't care, and that was cool, actually.
God, it's just so creative, I can't get...
Yeah. Don't compare anyone to this. This doesn't exist. This doesn't exist. There is no sequels to a Star Wars.
over it. Anyway, when a mass shooting happens at a football game in small town Nebraska, the boys are deployed to find out what happened. That's when they run into annoying girl boss number 1, who seems to...
She was annoying. And she wasn't really the girl boss. She was just doing her job. You don't expect anything majorly happens when you're in a small town in a middle of, actually I don't know where is it exactly is this is, but it feels like a small town, so you don't expect much happens in a small town. She was just doing her job, that's it.
to exist purely to shit talk Hal and delay his investigation for as long as possible.
The shit talking part is actually true. It was completely unnecessary, but it's world building and storytelling. You have to add something to justify its existence.
To stretch the 20 minutes of actual plot into a 60-minute episodes. But despite her best efforts, Hal uncovers the shooter and he suspects that he's an alien in disguise, but annoying girl boss number 1 won't let him interrogate the guy, even when he gets himself arrested to be sent to the same jail as him. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm no expert on the Green Lantern powers or anything, but couldn't Hal just force his way into the prison if it's that urgent? It's not like a small town.
No, he really doesn't, because if that guy wasn't an alien, he was interfering with the law, and they shouldn't do that as Green Lanterns. He have to permission to do that, because he's not 100% sure that guy is an alien.
Sheriff is gonna be able to stop him no matter how much of a girl boss she is. Ah, what fucking ever. So the two lads eventually get summoned to evil redneck man's house. I know he's evil because he's a white man who lives on a ranch and immediately starts talking about wanting to protect the planet from anyone who wasn't born there.
Based. You should protect the planet from the aliens. Kill the aliens.
How about we both want to protect the planet from anybody not born on it?
Are you getting the subtle messaging yet, dear viewer?
It was a messaging, and it wasn't really bother me that much, because it's Hollywood. You expect shit like this from Hollywood.
You are. Anyway, evil redneck man pulls some strings to get Hal to interrogate the shooter, which is something that should have happened like 20 minutes ago, but fuck it, we need to make this episode an hour long somehow. And even though annoying girl boss number 1 is absolutely convinced that he's barking up the wrong tree, Hal's actually proven right and the man really is an alien pretended to be human. Then he blows himself
Barack Hussein Obama. That shit was funny as fuck.
up, but Hal saves the day with his ring powers and she's still pissed at him somehow. Seriously, fuck off. Flash forward another 10 years and John returns to the place where it all happened, reunites with annoying girl boss number 1 who somehow hasn't aged a day in 10 years, and together they find Hal's frozen body at the football stadium.
Yeah, Hal is apparently dead, but I really don't think so. I don't think Hal is really dead. Because if you're dealing with spoilers, we are dealing with the Manhunters, and apparently, don't think they had this ability, but apparently they can shapeshift. So, I have a theory. If the guys that alien killed were somehow shapeshifters, when they died, they didn't change back to their original form. So, what if this guy isn't Hal Jordan? What if this guy is one of the shapeshifters and they kidnapped Hal? And let's see what's happened next. Because I don't really think Hal is dead. Hal Jordan is too much of the main character to let them die like that. They don't kill off one of the most important characters from DC in the first episode. They don't do that. Or maybe doing that. If they're doing that, they have... I don't know what to say, but I don't think really they kill Hal Jordan like that.
Completed his middle-aged white man character arc by dying and stepping aside to make way for someone more diverse.
Okay, I see what this is coming from, but it was really not that bad.
Now, what can I say about this show except I can't think of many projects where the influences and intentions of the writers are more glaringly obvious than Lanterns. Instead of making a show about intergalactic space cops going on cosmic adventures and battling all manners of weird and wonderful alien threats, they instead decide
they are doing cop things. All of the criticism that people make in years about Green Lanterns is that they are not doing cop things. And now there is a show that shows them doing police works actually. So it's not really that bad that they are not in a space, but they eventually must go there. This is all based on the first episode. All this criticism is on the first episode of a 8th episode series. Yeah, it was really... I don't like to say it, but it's... I don't really want to say it, but Critical Drinker is reviewing this series on a bad faith. Yeah.
decided to make a Temu version of True Detective, complete with bleak, cynical, and mostly unlikable characters who constantly have to swear to prove just how edgy they are, patched together with all
Swearing to show them edgy. Shout out to Hasman Hotel.
the tedious tropes of modern Hollywood writing, and the usual laundry list of safe, predictable political targets like Republicans, small-town America, and immigration policy. And holy fuckball.
Boo, vote garbage, boo. But it was only at 10%, so it doesn't really matter.
Is it tedious? It's nothing but a standard police procedural with some vague superhero elements mixed in, made by people with no understanding of police procedures and no affection for superheroes.
They are not Earth police procedures, so they are space cops. They have different laws.
Not only is it crushingly slow and dull, stretching out the runtime with pointless side quests and putting characters into holding patterns while the plot...
That's called world building, storytelling. If they cut to the point every 10 seconds, there's not much a story left to tell.
Catches up with them, but it also literally spells out everything that's happening just in case you weren't paying attention, which to be fair you probably weren't. Like at one point when John goes to a barbecue at evil redneck guy's house only to discover the old lady that he fucked in a parking lot the night before. Oh yeah,
that was rough, buddy.
That's the thing which happens, is the guy's wife, and the dude says this to him as he leaves.
Nothing better than eating off another man's grill.
I mean, okay, it's a bit cringy, but at least it gives you a bit of a hint about how much the man really knows. Then fucking Hal has to immediately jump in with this absolute clanger.
I definitely slept with his wife.
And he knows?
Apparently.
I mean, it's like the writers have never even heard of the idea of subtext. Honestly, Damon...
It's really wasn't out of character for Hal to react like that. Yeah.
Damon Lindelof should have been banned from ever writing anything again ever after the absolute embarrassment of Watchmen, but somehow this bald pretentious retard
Oh, he directed Watchmen too? I didn't really watch that show, but yeah, if it's like that, I might watch it because I really like the Lanterns.
keeps failing upwards in Hollywoods. Let that be a lesson to you,
Boo! This guy is a retard.
kids. It's not what you know or even who you know, it's what you say that matters in that industry. In terms of character work, pretty much everyone except Hal is an unlikable arsehole in this show.
It wasn't really that much of a character. It was Hal, John, and the cop woman. And the cop woman was really annoying. But he was mostly doing his her job, and yeah, that's much of it. Yeah, that's all it.
And most of that comes down to Kyle Chandler doing his best with some pretty shocking material. Aaron Pierre, on the other hand, is an absolute block of wood with all the personality.
Aaron Pierre was supposed to portray the soldier, and it was good actually. It was good actually. It wasn't bad.
And charisma of a love child between Sam Worthington and Sophie Turner. Jesus, how is this guy supposed to carry the entire show? I was bored of him after like 1 episode. Ultimately, Lanterns is pretty much exactly what I expected when you take the political obsessions of Damon Lindelof and try to plant them in the creative wasteland of James Gunn's DCU by James Gunn. It's a show.
It's like James Gunn and slander is crazy. I don't see people criticizing Kevin Feige for MCU's shit slop series, but everyone blame James Gunn for every minor things happening in the DCU. Yeah, it's not really good. It's really don't look good for everyone to criticize Gunn on these parts and don't criticize Feige on that part. I don't know if Critical didn't criticize Feige on all of the things or not. I really don't know that, but I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about major everybody in the Twitter mostly.
That combines the worst of every world, and I don't imagine I'm going to be wasting much more time on it. Not when there's much better things I could be doing. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Okay, it was good. It Lanterns was for me first episode was an 8 out of 10 show. This review, I agree with some parts, I disagree with major parts. Yeah, this review wasn't really, feels like this review made to shit on Lanterns and entire DCU studios. This review wasn't made to review the show actually. Yeah, and I completely agree with some of his takes on different stuff, like where is this. I completely agree with this video. This about Odyssey. Odyssey was absolute dog shit. But I completely disagree about Supergirl. Supergirl was not that woke of a movie. It wasn't really a Snow White. It was 6.5 of a movie. It was good. It was good, but not that good. It was bad, but not that bad. You know what? It wasn't woke, a slop, girl boss bullshit. It was just a story about a girl that lost everything, and it was not that bad. And that's it for this. I talk too much. If you, I don't know, if you like this video, it's my first video. I don't know really what time I do it. If you watch, like it, give me a like, subscribe. If you like, I'm just want to yap about the things a lot actually. I'm just yapping. Bye.